Sometimes the simplest tools work the best, but we get into our minds and we think, oh, well, I've got to make an elaborate vision board, or I've got to write out my life story the way I want it to be. I've got to script every day, right? I've got to do all this work and put in all this time. But the simplest tools are always the best. And the reason they're the best is because they're easy to use. Hi there, I'm Mark Phillips. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, on this channel we talk about business and lifestyle design from the inside out, helping you become a more conscious creator, sharing best practices for that kind of thing. So if you're into that, consider subscribing if you want to watch more videos like this. So what I've got here is literally the simplest tool for manifesting the experiences that you want to have in life. And it's a 3x5 card, right? On this 3x5 card, you can write specifically what you want, right? The main thing, the most important thing that you want, and fold it and carry it with you in your pocket. And when you do that, you're going to be able to refer to it multiple times throughout the day, right? Yes, you could put a note in your phone, right? That's valid. But as you and I both know, the process of writing down what you want, right? The scripting process is very powerful, pen to paper, right? Getting your thoughts out of your head and onto your paper so that you can read them and look at them multiple times throughout the day, right? This is really similar to the process that is talked about in the book It Works, The Magic of Making Your Dreams Come True. I'm going to be reviewing that book very soon in the Big Idea series. It's a short little book. You probably heard of it. It's super thin and super short, but it's really powerful. And in that book, one of the things that they recommend is writing down what you want, just like we're going to be talking about right here in this video, and then looking at it 3 times a day, right? Looking at it multiple times a day over the course of time. And in doing that, you make those dreams come true, right? Because you've got them in your consciousness, right? You're focusing them into being. And in this process is very similar, right? Writing down exactly what you want, right? And here's a couple things that I want to share with you. Imagine that your pen and this little 3x5 card is magic. Your pen is magic and the card is magic. And when you combine the two, right, you could look at them as the male and female aspect of creation, right? The pen is the male aspect and the paper is the female aspect that's receiving your ideas. The pen is, so to speak, impregnating the paper with your ideas, and then the paper gives birth to what you want, right? Look at them in the male, female, because that's how things come into being. Neville Goddard talked about the idea that our conscious and our subconscious are the male and female. The conscious mind is the male mind, analogy to the male mind. The subconscious is the female mind. Our conscious mind says, I want that, right? And it thinks of this idea and holds it in consciousness, and it impregnates the subconscious mind, our subconscious mind, with that idea. And as we know, once the subconscious mind takes hold of that idea, then that's when we start to have our creation. We start to have the things we want, the experience we want, the life we want. But we have to have a consciousness of it first, right? And getting over that hurdle can be very challenging, right? Because look, Brian Tracy said it. Most people don't get rich because it never occurs to them that they can get rich. And you could fill in rich with whatever you want. Most people don't get healthy because it never occurs to them. Most people don't have great relationships because it never occurs to them that they can and that they deserve great relationships. Or most people don't think or don't get the life that they want and the career aspect that they want, right? Doing work they love, because it never occurs to them they can do work they love. All of these things, the first roadblock, the first hurdle to get over is to realize that we can have that. Now it's not, maybe not going to be easy, maybe not going to happen tomorrow, but we can have those things because remember, we're creative beings. We have the God force flowing through us. And when you have that, you have everything, because whatever you focus your conscious attention on, that goes into the subconscious mind and then the superconscious mind, and then that's when the engine starts to create it. But we have to decide, right? We're little deciders. We're focusing beings. We focus on something we want. We hold it in our conscious attention. Weather the storms of doubt and worry and fear, and it's not coming fast enough, and I'll never get it. Weather all those storms, right? However you might want to do it. Batten down the hatches. Go through them, because there will be storms. There will be doubt. right? That's one of that movie, There Will Be Doubt, or There Will Be Blood, is it's a very good movie. It talks about, obviously, a lot about the physical world, right? The hardships in creating an empire. But whatever empire you want to create, there will be doubt, right? I like that movie because it kind of talks about that. And shows you the struggle that can happen, right? But most of those struggles are internal, right? In our own mind. We talk ourselves out of it. It maybe doesn't come fast enough, and so we stop. Or maybe doesn't seem easy enough, so we give up. Or we maybe self-talk ourselves out of a lot of things. But anyway, this little 3x5 card, write down the things that you want, the most audacious things, right? On my card, I've got outlandish things. And by the way, I don't feel you need to share this with anyone. If you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you know that I fall into the school of don't share your dreams and creations. They're between you and your co-creative self, right? You and your inner being, your higher self, your subconscious mind. The reason that I don't share is because I prefer to build and then let it share itself, right? Build, because I'm building for me, right? You're building for you. Hopefully you're building for you. If you're building to impress people or to realize some status, that could be okay, but that could also be laced with some danger too, right? Because you're again looking for outside validation or feedback to your creation. When I build, I just want to experience the fun of being the most I can be, pushing into my fears and doubts, releasing negative beliefs that hold me back, unconscious beliefs, letting them bubble to the surface, letting them go. I'm playing that game of creation, right? I don't care what other people think about my creations. I came here to leave what I needed to leave and what I want to leave on the playing field of life. That's why I don't share. The other reason I don't share is because human beings, we are judgers, right? We constantly scanning our environment and other people, and we're comparing and judging. And I don't want any extra resistance on my path. Believe me, the limiting beliefs that I'm constantly rooting out of my consciousness, the fear, the doubt, the self-talk is enough resistance on my path. I don't want resistance from other people who intend well, right? There's nothing that other people aren't really trying to hose you over. It's just a natural human tendency to judge and critique and look at other people and look at where we are and kind of, put them in different spots. And so I don't want any extra resistance from the people that I know and love. So I don't share my creations. I don't share what I'm doing, right? So I don't share this card with anyone. You proceed however you feel right. Some people love to share their big dreams, right? That's fine. You got to do what feels right for you, right? So anyway, write down your most audacious goals and dreams. I'm not talking about the little stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up, right? The stuff that you don't tell anybody. That's the deepest thing that you want to express and you want to create. Write it down on this card. You could do it in two ways. You could do it in list style, which I sometimes do that. Or my latest thing is I'm starting to do mind map style, where you have a central theme, and that central theme is either I am or my life or something that represents the core. And then from that you have offshoots and bubbles or mind maps of the different things you want to create. Because we are multifaceted, multidimensional beings, right? We want to have a full, rich experience. In order to do that, different areas of our lives, we want to do things in different areas of our lives. Health and wellness, business, money and finance, relationships, etc. So choose a handful. Obviously, you're not going to be able to fit a whole bunch on this 3x5 card. Choose a handful of things that really, really inspire you, right? Inspired from within, that you really, really want to do. And again, don't hold back. Why not? Why not play on this card and pretend and make believe that you can have those things, right? Why not? Because here's the thing that I found. If you hold back, like if you shoot for something, there's a high probability you're going to get it over time. If you sustain your efforts and your focused attention over time, there's no doubt in my mind you'll get it. Gary Keller said this in his book, The Millionaire Real Estate Agent. He said, I have no doubt that everyone will realize their goals and dreams given enough time. right? And obviously he's talking about focused attention and focused action over time. He has no doubt people will realize their goals and dreams. Now that may take 100 years, 200 years, 300 years. Obviously, we don't have that time on earth. So the more strategic and smart you can be about it, the better. And that's what he talks about in that book, right? Giving you specific principles on how to grow a business. Granted, he's talking about real estate, but it's transferable to any business. So with enough time, you can make it happen. If you know that, then it's just a game of, okay, how can I accelerate the timeline here? How can I think more strategically? Develop better tactics, and the most important tactic is, of course, changing your self-concept, right? That's why I start with I am sometimes. So anyway, given enough time, you can accomplish your goals and dreams. Once you know that, then it's just a game of, okay, how am I going to get this done faster, right? So write down, maybe I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things. And some of them are small. Some of them are bigger. Some of them are small. Granted, you're not going to put a lot on here. Start with the one you want the most. Get it on there first and then work back like that. And when I say the one you want the most, the one that is most exciting to you, but taking Bashar's idea from the formula, I'll put a link in that video down below, the one that makes you feel most alive, the one that will have the biggest impact on your happiness, your well-being, your sense of self, right? You want to leave what you came to leave here in the world, right? Whatever you came into the world to share with people or to help people with, put that down on here. No matter how scary it is, the one that is most fun to you, the one that is most joyful to you, the thing that's most joyful to you. And all you have to do is look back through your life and find times, remember times. And these are not hard to remember because they're impressed in your consciousness in a big way. Remember times when you felt most alive, when you felt most joyful, what the little voice inside of you has always been telling you you should do. That's the thing you want to write down. Write all those down. Fold it in half, put it in your pocket. When you take your money out, look at the thing. 3 times a day is awesome. Morning and evening is awesome. But again, reading it, thinking of it, strategizing in your mind, living in the end, as Neville Goddard said. All of these things will help you create that thing. And again, this is the simplest tool for manifestation, right? Way simpler than a vision board, way simpler than all those other things. It's just writing down your goals and dreams, putting pen to paper, and allowing that to get into your consciousness, and then just talk yourself into it over and over and over again, right? So thanks so much for watching this video. Before you leave, I want to invite you again to check out the channel and subscribe. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That would be super awesome. Thanks so much. Until next time, have an awesome day. Bye-bye.